Hi guys, today I want to talk about getting into new relationships after you've gone through narcissistic abuse. Any abuse really, but I'm primarily focused on the narcissistic abuse. How many of you have attempted to have relationships after you've gone through abuse by a narcissist only to have them end because you're seeing red flags, because you just can't trust? I myself have dated a few guys in the last 5 years since I went through it. All of them ended, all of them, I'm the one that broke up. And it's weird because before, it was like the only other person I personally broke up with was my first husband. Other than that, it was like they left me. But since the abuse, it's been me doing the breaking up. And it's because you see red flags everywhere. And that's not to say those red flags aren't valid. Anytime someone makes you feel uncomfortable, you need to express that. And if they don't change that behavior, then it's not going to work. But especially after you've been through narcissistic abuse. Now, the good thing about it is that you're on high alert. You can spot the signs. But the bad thing about it is you're on high alert and you see the signs like everywhere. Once you've gone through narcissistic abuse, you can almost see the narcissism in everybody. And let me be clear, everyone possesses a certain amount of narcissism. It's a self-protective mechanism, and it is, but there's a healthy amount, and then there's a scale, and there's actually a test that you can take, and I'll try to remember to put that link in the description box down below, that you can go and take for yourself if you're curious or wondering how much narcissism you have. But I can tell you, if you're even worried about it, then you probably don't have anything to worry about. Then you probably are not narcissistic in personality. One of the things that you absolutely must do, and I've gotten to that point where I know absolutely I'm not ready for a relationship. I wouldn't know what a healthy relationship was. I mean, literally, if it was right in my lap. And it's because I can recognize, because of what I've been through, that there's probably still a lot of mistrust in me. There's probably still a lot of, work that I need to do. I've done a lot of work on myself in the last 5 years, building myself, my business, concentrating on me. And in that respect, I'm fine. I'm probably better than fine. And it's kind of scary how fine I am. And if you've been through narcissistic abuse, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. You get to a point where you're like so fine, you don't need anybody else. But I want to stress, it's very, very important. You must heal. If you are not healed and you try to get into another relationship, you are going to do more damage to yourself, and you're going to damage the other person, because they're not going to understand why you're so, pent up, why you're so mistrusting. And sometimes you can talk to them, and I guess you can let them know, hey, this is what I went through. But my philosophy is kind of like, don't take the old into the new. I guess when you're first getting to know somebody, hey, this is where I'm coming from, and then leave it at that. Don't continue to bring it up. So they have some idea, and then they can make a decision whether they want to get involved with you or not. But even after you think that you're healed, you know how if you've watched my previous videos and I've tried to discuss the things I've been through, you've seen my brain sort of try to shut off. And I talk about those detour signs that my brain puts up, like, don't go down that road. We don't want to remember that. We don't want to talk about that. And if you try to get into a relationship, your brain is going to do that. Your brain is going to be like, okay, are we going down the same road? Is this going to be another abusive situation? And we're not talking just physical abuse. We're talking, is it going to be mentally and emotionally abusive? So how do you heal? I mean, what can you do? Now, I can only speak from my perspective. Again, like I said, I have stopped dating. I think it's been 2 years-ish since I've been on a date, and that's by choice. Because I know that I'm not in a place to, even though, like, in my world, in my life, I have things to bring to the table in a relationship, I know that I am still on high alert. And it's not fair to the other person they can't heal you. It's not their job to do that. The thing that you need to do is you have to take time to get to know yourself again. One of the things that happens when you're in a narcissistic, abusive relationship is that you literally lose yourself. Everything is about them, and you've isolated yourself from family and friends, and everything becomes about them because they've poured everything, all the love bombing and all, so thick that you just made everything about them, and you've lost yourself. And you have to find yourself again after that. You have to learn who you are again. And it could be something as silly as like what happened after my second husband. He cheated, he got another woman pregnant and left. But during our relationship, he hated condiments of any kind. He was so dramatic about ranch dressing especially. I couldn't put ranch dressing on my salads around him because he would just gag and go off on it. So I quit buying it because it just wasn't worth the hassle. And one of the things I did after my divorce was I bought ranch dressing, and now my fridge is never without it. It's just some silly little things like that. Movies that you enjoy. My whole TV schedule got thrown off when I got into the relationship with Bert because the narcissist, because he liked watching these certain shows on and I was watching Once Upon a Time. I was really into that, and it was in the 7th season, and I didn't get to see any of the 7th season because we switched to watching his shows. And it was something I was more than willing to do for him, even though I missed my shows. Well, I missed the whole season, so then I had to catch up and watch them once the relationship was over. That's one of the things that I did. I had to go back and learn, okay, what are the things I like doing? What are the shows I like to see? And so I had to go and relearn myself again. I got rid of everything that he gave me. Okay, this is not my taste. This was his taste. Then I got back to putting things in the home that were of my taste. And that's the thing that you have to do, is take time to get to know who you are, because you do forget who you are. So what do you like? What movies do you like? What shows do you like? What foods do you like? What's your Saturday routine? What did you have to give up? Reconnect with your family and your friends. Fix those relationships first. I'm sorry about that little break there. It was one of my daycare parents stopped off just to make her payment. I got lucky today. I'm actually off the next 2 days, so anyhow, that's neither here nor there. That's why I have time to do this video. So bottom line is, you need to take time to get to know you again. So I guess your love dare for this love dare would be, get to know yourself again. You know, maybe it's a review of all the other Love Dares, but get to know yourself again. The things that you like. Take yourself shopping. Take yourself to the movies. Connect with your friends and your family before you try to get into a relationship with somebody new. That would be my best advice to you. Before even attempting to get into a new relationship, connect with your friends and your family. Do that first, because they're gonna help you, remind you of who you are and the things that you enjoyed doing before. And then once you feel, and only you're the only person that's going to know when you're ready. Like I said, it's been 5 years since my narcissist discarded me, and it's been 2 years since I've dated, because I realized, I mean, I tried dating when he first left, and it just never worked because I just was not ready, and I recognize that. So I think it's been about 2 years since I've really, 2 years ish, maybe a little less, since I've really tried to be in a relationship or date anybody. It's not that I've gotten like so picky or anything like that. It isn't that. It's not because I know what I bring to the table kind of thing. You see the lightning, it's a storm going on out there. So it's not anything to do with that. It is because I know me. I know that I'm not ready, and I don't want to put that on somebody else, because the relationship would be doomed before it ever got a chance to get started. How can you introduce someone to you if you don't know who you are? So ponder that. Maybe watch this video a few times to kind of grasp what I'm trying to say, if you need to. I look forward to hearing from you. I know there's only a handful of people on this video. This channel has not really taken off yet. The folks that are in my Facebook group and on the page, there's over 5,000 of them. I think a lot of times people, when you've been through narcissistic abuse, they want to remain kind of anonymous. The link to the page and the group is in the description box. If you would like to go over there, I do post these videos over there, and you can watch them from there. I do believe. And so, but if you know, if you don't mind, guys, sharing this channel with people, you know, liking it, sharing it, subscribing, would really help me to continue to help other people, because I believe I have something to say when it comes to all this, and I believe, you know, we need to expose the narcissist, and the more we talk about it, the more people are going to educate themselves on it, especially the court systems. The court systems really need to educate themselves on narcissistic behavior, because a narcissist can go in front of a judge and look completely innocent, and even have people testifying for them because, you know, they have done so well at keeping their mask on for the public. Usually the victim is the only one that gets to see behind the mask after it's too late. So if we share this, we educate people on narcissism, what it does to people, and get the court systems educated on it better, then, you know, people that have been abused can get justice. The more information we can get out there. If you have any questions, if you want to share your story with me, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. I would love to talk to you. Let me know in the comments what you think. If there's any specific subject regarding narcissism that you would like me to cover on this channel, if there's any, like, a specific topic, such as, you know, the love bombing maybe, or the devaluing stage, you know, whatever it is that you're curious about on this channel, including the BDSM stuff, because that was part of my, I was tangled up with narcissism and BDSM together, and that was a very dangerous thing. You know, one by itself can be dangerous, but when you combine the two, yeah, and I really went through it, which is why I know I'm not ready. Um, Again, just as a footnote, I'm not into the BDSM world anymore. I've said this in previous videos, but if you guys want me to cover something, a particular subject regarding narcissism on this channel, let me know in the comments, and I will work on those videos. If you want to send me your stories, if you've been through something, please do share your stories with me. The link to the book I wrote about narcissism is in the description box, as well as my other two books on grief, because even though if you've been through narcissism, you're still grieving the loss of yourself, the loss of a relationship that you thought was important. You thought you meant something to them. So the second book that I wrote covers more of, it's Hugs, Hearts United, Gather Strength, covers more of how we grieve for the loss of other things in our lives other than people and pets. We grieve for the loss of our homes, our jobs, relationships, things like that deserve a time of grief. And we'll get into that in another video, but those links are all in the description box. Thank you for watching this channel. Again, please do like and share and subscribe, and I appreciate you guys so much being here, and I will talk to you again really soon. God bless. Take care of yourselves.